Ain't nobody talking when I'm talking, fellas, so shut the fuck up.
What's the deal, party people? I'm Mr. Freeze. I'm one of the builders of the world-renowned name that you know, the Rocksteady Crew. Check out my man Alien Ness in 1985, Las Vegas, Nevada, and his new joint, If These Floors Could Talk.
Let me explain to you the difference between a raw battle and a contest. But a raw battle is beef. What I'm calling somebody out for honor or testing your skills against this guy because he's got a real name or something like that, that's bullshit. You know, if I go out into a jam and I call somebody out, it's because of beef. It's because we got problems. They should be glad I'm calling them out. You know, it could be work. You know, it could be work. You know, it could...
Yo, what's up? It's your boy with another episode of If These Floors Could Talk. First off, I want to give a big shout out to Mr. Freeze, who did the intro, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to hear from him in a little while because back in 1985, I shot out to Vegas and got into some battles there too. But before we move on, coming off of episode 1, we saw what I looked like in 1983. I want to remind everybody that this was just a year of me battling, breaking, and then starting to battle. Just 1 year, I was already seasoned in battling. You saw me trying to go head up with one of the nastiest kids out there. You know what I'm saying? Little Alex, another nasty kid, Tick. I was trying to come at them. So that was just 1 year after me breaking. So I hope that works as inspiration for all you beginners out there to know that you don't have to be scared of battling. It's not a fight, it's not drama. All you need is a little bit of heart and a little bit of skills and the need and the want to learn and advance in this dance. Alright? Now, by 1985, 2 years after that footage, I already started to develop the power footwork style. In fact, I used to make it float. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else had a power footwork style before me, and that was Icy Ice. I've never actually seen Icy Ice break in those days. However, my teacher at the time, Buck Ford, did. When Buck Ford was teaching me, he always said he wanted me to have style and finesse like Ken Swift and footwork power like Icy Ice. So he started training me on some power footwork as well as my style.
Yo, what's up? Peace and love. Don Tony, aka New Star. Second generation b-boy from the Bronx, dance control, you know, representing now Starchild La Rock, was finesse, you know what I'm saying? And my brother Alien Ness. I met Alien Ness like in 1983, you know. I didn't really meet him, you know, I saw him skating. And you know, he was doing his thing, you know, footwork master. He was in the little corner where everybody would practice before the roller skating rings were, you know, everybody had to stop and then they put everybody to dance. And I was just watching him because he had kind of my style. You know, we were more, you know, style and finesse. We was, you know, we didn't do too much technique, you know. But that's how we learned from the original b-boys, you know, who would dance in the streets, concrete. One thing I like about him is that, you know, he haven't changed, man. This motherfucker is still fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? He don't give a fuck who you are. You know what I'm saying? That's why I call him the Tupac of b-boying, because, you know, he speaks his mind. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, when I first saw him, you know, that's how I heard of him. He was called Alien Ness. He was called Kid Ness. That was his name. You know, he was down with his cool, well, it was like a dance group, I think. They were called the Dance System 10, you know? But, you know, like him, he would go everywhere, you know? I would see him in all the fucking basements where we used to go practice, because back then we didn't have no community center, you know, we just practiced in people's. A lot of our friends had fathers who were supers, and they would give us the basement, and that's where we practiced, you know? There was a couple of schools where we practiced, Walton High School, and PS45, you know, that's all the way in the east side of the Bronx, you know, by Katona, Rocksteady Crew, you know. Those are the guys who put me on any wing. You know, Buck 4, Flex. You know, those were my boys. Flex was like my mentor. You know, I remember we heard a rumor that Alien Nez was saying some shit about, you know, House Rockers. And I remember we was having a meeting and we was like, yo, Flex like, yo, you know who this kid is, man? Because he's from your neighborhood, your side. I'm from the west side of the Bronx. So I was like, I knew Tickmaster was another guy in my crew dance control who had a bigger name than me, you know. He was good friends with him, you know what I'm saying? They did tours together and shows. So I hit Tick up and I'm like, yo, Tick, where can I find this nigga named Kid Ness? And, you know, he told me a spot where one of his girls was living at. And I said, yo, Buck, I found this fucking dude. Let's go see him. Me and him, we went out there. We walked from Katona, 183rd, Katona Avenue, all the way to University in the Bronx. And, you know, we saw him, you know, he had his own style of dressing. He was always, you know, like the way Cool Plus used to dress, you know, with the Jerry cut, but he was always smooth, though, you know. He always had that swagger, like girls gravitated to him, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, we ran into him. He saw us. You know, he was like, what the fuck is going on, you know what I'm saying? But him and Buck, you know, they talked it out, you know? I don't know what was said because I was in the cut, you know? And, you know, I said that's when, you know, like, that's the first time I met Buck for, because, you know, I brought him to him and shit. And Buck, you know, the big daddy he was, you know, I guess he said some words and, you know, and Ness was like, you know, and everything was squashed. But that never stopped Ness from fucking doing what he does, and that's talk. And that's what I love about this nigga, because this nigga is not scared of nobody, you know what I'm saying? He'll battle anybody, you know, to this day, you know. I remember when breaking was over, like in 86, 87, when it was really dead and everybody was in the club scene and all that. I ain't see this motherfucker in so long. Everybody was their own ways, you know what I'm saying? And in 2000, I believe 2008, I went to a Zulu anniversary in Jerome, I think by 170. And me and him saw each other. And I'm looking at him and he's looking at me. And we know each other, you know what I'm saying? But he was bullheaded and I couldn't like say who the fuck this dude is, man, you know? But you know, he looked at me and I said, Ness? He was like, yeah. He said that. I was like, Kid Ness? He was like, nah, I'm Alien Ness now, so they call me. And I'm like, well, you are fucking alien. You know? But anyway, you know, Ness was, you know, like I said, he was a floor master. And when I mean by floor master, I don't mean the crew. I mean like his style was the floor, you know. No windmills, no air tracks. You know, none of that shit. He was all about flavor, man. You know, to this day, he's still doing the same shit. If it wouldn't be for guys like Kung and Ken Swift and guys like that, nobody would have known too much floor rocking and flavor because everybody started singing like the techniques, the acrobats, you know, and that's cool. You know, that shit is dope. But these motherfuckers was teaching them just how to dance, you know what I'm saying? How to dance, you know? And that's what I love about Alien Ness, man, you know. To this day, man, he's wrote books. He you know, so many documentaries with him, you know what I'm saying? He got a doll, you know what I'm saying? How many niggas in the Bronx could, you know, have a fucking action figure, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, yo, Ness, my boy, over 30 years, you know what I'm saying? Love you, my nigga, you know? Zulu King, baby. Peace, my brother. One love.
Hanging out with Buck Ford and the rest of House Rockers, I started developing a battle style which was really hardcore, really aggressive. A lot of people call it gangster style, I call it House Rocker style, you know what I mean? Now, in 1985, I went out to Vegas on an invite from Mr. Freeze. See, practicing in Buck Ford's basement, Mr. Freeze came, scooped me up, spent a little time with me, showed me some things that same day and said, yo, I want you to meet somebody. He put me into his car, we drove out, and he took me to meet another mentor of his, the legendary, iconic, first generation track 2, Starchild La Rock. Now, from the moment we met, track 2 immediately started teaching me things. He started mentioning stuff to me, and me always wanting to know what time it was and always willing to learn. I would say, how'd you do that? The brother never stepped on the floor once. He would put his hand out like this and show me with his fingers. And I just watch his fingers and envision myself moving like his fingers. I don't look anything like what track 2 was trying to teach me. However, it did help my style. After that, Mr. Freeze dropped me off home. Last thing he says to me is, give me a call. If you ever want to come to Vegas, I'll take you to Vegas. That winter was good for me, so right after the new year, I gave Freeze a call and said, I'm coming to Vegas, and Freeze said, I got you. I'll let Freeze finish this story right now.
I want to tell you guys a story when Alien Ness came to Las Vegas. So I get the phone call that he's in town. So in between sets, I was in a show at the time called Splash. This was at the Riviera Hotel and Casino. It was produced by a man named Jeff Kutash, who owned a company called Dancing Machine. This man specialized in getting street dancers and doing great production shows. I go to pick up Ness at the airport, so happy to see him. You know, I feel like I got a Bronx boy in Las Vegas, was something I was missing for quite a while, being there for a couple of years. We go to dinner, have a couple of drinks. Next day, I do my first show, go to see him after. He's like, yo man, I'm fucking bored. Could we, get a cypher going or something? I want to get down. So understand, in those days, we didn't really practice. Or at least Ness and myself, we didn't practice. There'd be a circle, we'd jump into the cypher, and the moves were being made up depending on how you felt at that time. So we get the stage hands, they clear the floor, all the wires, we throw on Apache, boom, a circle starts. Even the dancers from the show started getting into the circle. Of course, they sucked, but it doesn't matter. These were people that are into dance, so they wanted to show what they had as well. Ness jumps into that circle with such a fire and rage. He lit the whole thing on fire. Myself as a b-boy, I pretty much lost the rage of what a b-boy was, because it came down to the point where b-boying didn't matter anymore. We wanted to make a living. We had no, business skills in doing anything, so, we were just trying to make a living as a street dancer. So he tore the shit up like you can't even believe, which lit my fire, and I'm like, yo, we gotta go out tonight. I know this spot. I have a friend in town who's from Brooklyn. His name is Frank Annabelle, and he throws the hottest all around hip hop spots. MCing, graffiti, DJs, b-boys. So after the show, we go home, we change, and we get to the spot. Everyone's checking out Ness. It's like, yo, who is this brother? Because Vegas is it's a little town, especially back then. Not many people saw anything fresh and new. We're having some drinks. Boom, Just Begun comes on. Cypher starts. All of a sudden, a big circle breaks out. I jump in. Vegas b-boys are there jumping in, and then Ness just jumps out. If anyone knows Ness, when my man gets into a circle, he's bringing a fire. He's pretty much asking you to come on and fight. And that's what b-boying's all about. It was shaking me up. I'm like, damn, my man is fucking getting down, so I need to get in with him. So there's a cypher going on, a hard battle is starting, and as Ness goes down, there's a couple of brothers that I've noticed, they're like mimicking like they're gonna kick him, which was pissing me off because that's my man. So knowing the hothead I was, and I immediately started swinging at them, so full fight broke out. I'm swinging, my boys are helping me out, those guys are swinging back at me, and Ness is oblivious to the whole thing because he's still getting down in the cypher. I in no way mean that he was afraid or he didn't want to fight, he just didn't know what was going on. We get thrown out and we take it outside, and these brothers are all coming after me, and luckily I had some boys with me to help me, and then Ness finally comes out. He's like, yo, where the fuck were you? I'm like, yo, these guys were trying to kick at you, or they were pretend they were going to kick you, so I got into a fight. And he's like, yo, where are they? I'm like, it's over. It's all over now. So As exciting as I was trying to make the story sound, it was pretty exciting when you're getting punched in the face and you're knocking other people out. That was the night that if these floors could talk, it would have been dope. Alien Ness came over there and brought the fucking ruckus and brought the fire. Nobody acted a fool before because there was no threat. But when Ness got into that circle, he made people react where they were pissed.
Yes, shout outs to Mr. Freeze for that interesting story. Unfortunately, we're running out of time, but we're gonna finish this up and take us right into 1994 in part 2 of Timeless Inspirations that you'll find on episode 3. Until then, remember to be yourself or find yourself by yourself, and it ain't fun being by yourself. And like always, dance like Ness 4 is watching. Peace.
I'm coming to fight to the hunt cats down. I don't play in the cipher. I don't come to show off. I don't come to showcase, and I definitely don't come to impress you. I'm coming to cut you down.
Q-Rock from drop, that's a hot native. Ready to rock, Zulu Kings on the block, native. To the top, ain't nothing gonna stop natives. Nothing in my way, like we already shot natives. TFS, PK, we spray natives. Won't kill the Zulu Kings every day, natives. Fuck what you say, we don't give a fuck, native. Like it or not, you didn't do enough, native. Fuck the cops, all they do is fuck natives. Paddy wag them, lock them up in the truck, natives. That's what's up, time to listen up, natives. All my braves, thanks for stepping up, natives. Tired of my people living this way. I've been getting drunk since the 5th grade. Getting arrested same day with a switchblade. How we was treated hasn't changed to this day. Young native's mom disappeared a week ago. Selling drugs for her son to get him sneaker flow. Turn the sub, time to make them speakers blow. Pass the torch, this that fire keeper show. Show, this that fire keeper flow. Hot native on the mic that you never seen before. 52 hands just to keep it raw. Sitting on plans, kicking down the door. I know what I metaphor. The metaphors are global 5, going in and going wide. This a kamikaze, not a suicide. You my target as an artist, do or die. You provide the audience, I apply these rhymes at all events. It's obvious, killers made anonymous. Fight for the honor is the fight for our life, and freedom is what the promise is. That shit ain't right, that shit ain't right. Cause they've been promising me peace my whole life. Peace my whole life, peace my whole life. They've been taking a piece of me my whole life. I'm sitting in a circle, passing a peace pipe, and I'm gripping the mic and I'm killing it each night.